Hey, Tanya here. So today I want to talk to you about letting go to get what you want. I know a thing or two about that. I just started a new job recently. And the funny thing about this job is I applied for this job some months ago. And when I applied for it, I left it there. I didn't go and check on the application status like I usually do. I didn't even really think about it. To be honest with you, when I got the email about the job, I had forgotten I had even applied for the job. And if I'm not mistaken, I had applied for two jobs with this same company. And I had totally forgot about applying for the job. So I'm saying all of that to say this. Now, it's not that I didn't want the job, but I just kind of put it off to the side. And I said to myself in a prayerful way, if this job is for me, then I'll get the job. If it's not the right job for me, then I don't want it. So I said that and I went on my way. So that's exactly what we're going to talk about today, the power of letting go to get what you want. Now, the first thing that I want you to realize is this. When you desire something and you want something, you letting go does not mean you don't want the thing. It doesn't mean you don't want the thing. But what it does mean is that, okay, you desire something, you want something. You take the inspired action that's needed for you to take, and then you leave it there. You let it go. You don't dwell on it. You don't hold on to it and act in this desperate way. Because so many times when we want something, we try to make it come to us. But I don't want to make anything come to me that is not for me. So that's the attitude that I want you to take. Take the inspired action to get what it is that you desire. And then you got to be able to let it go. Try to put it out of your mind, realizing that if it's for you, it'll find you. It's not about you not wanting the thing, but it's about you releasing, letting go of the attachment to it, knowing that things will happen just as they need to happen, just as they should happen. And like I mentioned before, take the inspired action. Inspired action is better than desperation any day. When we are desperate for things, we send off this desperate energy. And when we send off this desperate energy, we push things further away from us. So it's best that we go into it with a clear mind, knowing that if it's for me, it'll find me. If it's for me, I'll have it. Instead of being desperate, like, I gotta get it. If I don't get this, if this don't work out, then I don't know what I'm gonna do. Don't approach situations that way, because often when we make decisions out of desperation, they tend to be some of the biggest mistakes. I know for me, when I approach things from a desperate point of view, it tends to be one of the biggest mistakes that I've made. So never approach a situation or your desires in a desperate attempt. Never be desperate. Be desperate. Even the Bible says, be anxious for nothing. So don't be desperate. There's this whole spiritual law that is revolved around being desperate. It's called the law of detachment. And what the law of detachment says is that it's important to let go of things. It emphasizes the importance of not worrying about the outcome, but you're more attached to the process. So it goes back to, hey, I've done what I was supposed to do. I've taken the inspired action. I have followed the hunches, the nudges that I was supposed to take. So now my only job is to not worry about it. Don't worry about how it's going to turn out, knowing that if it's meant for me, I'll have it, and I'll have it in the right time. See, that's the key point. Sometimes we want everything right now, but if you don't get it right now, it doesn't necessarily mean it's not for you. It just may not be the right time. And that's another hard lesson that I had to learn and that I'm still learning, because there are some things that I want and I feel like I gotta have them now, or it has to work out this way right now. But you got to be able to let go of the outcome, knowing that you've done all that you can do. And so now it's up to God if he wants to allow this thing to come into your life. And I say God, some people say universe, but I say God. God knows best, and he knows what we need before we even ask. And it leads to the next point, trusting in God, trusting in the timing to get what it is that you desire in the right time, or trusting that God will give you what you need, so you don't have to have the unnecessary stress or worried or anything, because you know if it's for you, it's for you. You've heard that before. If it's for you, it's for you. If it's not, then it's not. Just like it's no different than being in a relationship with someone. If this person is for you, it'll all work out. If it's not for you, then that person is going to go on about their business, and you got to be willing to let them go on about their business because they're not for you. And so when you are able to let go of the outcome, when you are able to detach from this thing that you want, you can have a more peaceful life. You can live a life without pressure, because you know that all things work together for your good, because you should be enjoying life. Yes, pursue your goals, but don't pursue them in desperation. The thing is, if this is a goal that you are looking forward to, you should be enjoying the process, enjoy the journey, instead of worrying about the outcome. The outcome is going to take care of itself. You do what you need to do on your end, and the outcome is going to take care of itself. So I said all of that to say this: your dreams, your goals, those things that you want, you don't have to chase anything. You don't have to chase behind your destiny. You don't have to chase it. You don't have to chase what you want, because if you are seeking it, if you have put in that inspired action, if you have done the things that you know that you're supposed to do, if it's for you, it will find you and it will chase you down. Just like I had applied for the job months prior and I had forgot about it, it came back and found me. And same thing holds true for you and your goals. I'm not telling you not to work on your goals every day, if it's because we know that we have to take the action, we have to take the steps. But instead of being desperate, instead of being a hurry to see the outcome, enjoy the journey, enjoy what you're doing, enjoy the process, and get to know yourself a little better in the process, and you'll be better for it. So if you want to go into this year with a new perspective on your goals and your desires, check out this video on the screen. I'm Tanya. We'll talk soon.